I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my horoscope overview for you, Gemini, for the week of August 15th. Okay, so this is a nice week. We've got a couple of nice trines. I hope it's a nice week, particularly as last weekend, or depending on when you're watching this, we did have Saturn just come out of retrograde, and at the same time was in a square with Venus. So we get a chance this week to sort of smooth things over if some old stuff resurfaced, and a lot of pettiness as well because Venus is in Virgo. But we do have a very nice trine with the Venus and Pluto. I love this trine. It's quite magical, and I think something really can come out of the, just sort of come out of the blue with this and be quite transformational and amazing. And let's not forget that Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's a very deep thinking energy vibration, and of course Venus is the planet of love and money. So in Venus, it also brings health and beauty as well. Let's not forget, Venus is, the sixth house, which Virgo is in, is all about health and well-being. But Venus is about looking after yourself on a beautiful level. Let's not forget that we're spiritual beings, but we're here in a physical body. So, we want to look after our self-awareness and our self-growth, but we also want to look after our outer package and our body, because that's who we present to the world, and to have pride, in ourselves, whatever individual look that you want to create, that's totally up to you. But to put some sort of thought and energy into it is a very positive thing now. Now, at the start of the week, there is a trine between the Sun and Uranus, another very favorable aspect here. Here with Uranus, things that literally can come out of the blue. They are not always as you think they're going to be, but that doesn't mean that they can't end up better, just different. Communication is important this week for you, Gemini. I mean, it is always. I mean, you're ruled by Mercury, so it might seem like a strange obvious thing to say, but with the Sun in that third house, it's about you stepping up into your circle of power and showing the world who you are and what you can do. Now, friends are going to be able to step forward and be of help or service during this time as well. And let's face it, we like to do business with friends because, there's less of the risk factor, and it's nice to associate either socially or with business with people that and admire and respect. So that seems to be happening for you this week. And then we have a full moon. So the full moon is in your solar ninth house. You may decide to reevaluate what you're doing on some level. The ninth house brings in education, higher education, travel. Also, the full moon energy is emotional energy, and this area of your chart really prompts you to perhaps be candid. You might feel like telling somebody a few home truths, or someone might feel like telling you a few home truths. Okay, and if that's happening in your life, then either way, either they or you probably need to hear it. So before you sort of get reactive about it, just take a step back and think about it. Sometimes messages come to us in all sorts of different forms. It's up to us to recognize them and then decide whether we're going to act on them. Now, of course, Saturn, as I mentioned, just came out of retrograde. It's right opposite you in your relationship area. So if you're still dealing with some issues about relationships, particularly about a past or maybe even an authoritative level, then remember, life is about give and take situations, and there's always room for some compromise. All right, so love and luck to you, Gemini. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.